Hey Randy, are you home right now? I was wondering if you wouldn't mind checking something on my laptop for me. I was just curious if my USB was still in there or not. Can you look for me?
Yeah, it's still here in the laptop. This is your USB that you use for work, right? Did you forget it today?
I totally did, yeah. But I have some files from there that I really need to have with me to get some work done today.
Oh, really? Well, shoot, that's too bad. You want me to come over and bring it to you? I'm not working today, so I could do that if you wanted me to.
No, you don't have to worry about doing that. But would you mind turning on my laptop and just seeing if the files I need are there in the first place?
You want me to get on your laptop? Well, okay, but only if you're sure it's okay with you and you won't get in trouble with work.
It'll be totally fine. I know that you're not trying to steal any company's secrets or anything like that. Sure thing. Just let me know when, please.
Okay, I think I should be good now. Actually, it seems like there are several windows you left open here. What exactly am I looking for?
Could you open up the browser and look for a file labeled for this month? If you open that, you should be able to see some designs and photos of the company newsletter, right? Okay, if you see all of that, go ahead and put it all together for me, okay?
Wait, you want me to mess around with these files for you?
Yeah, it's fine. You're doing me a favor, remember? And I just have too many things going on today and totally forgot that I had to have this done by the end of the month.
But, Phil, I can't just do your job for you. This doesn't feel right.
Oh, please, you worry too much. It's fine. It's not like there's any sensitive information or anything like that in there. Besides, I'm giving you permission right now.
I understand that, but I just feel like this is your work and you should be the one doing this, right? Maybe you should just work on this after you come home today.
I thought about doing that too, but it's just not going to work. The boss wants to take us all out drinking tonight, so I won't be home until quite late.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't do this for you. I literally don't even know how.
Come on, I'm begging you here. You have to do this for me, please. It'll just be this one time.
I really don't like this right now, Phil.
But I know you can do it. I mean, don't you design work at your job anyways? I've seen some of your stuff and I know that you can handle a measly corporate newsletter.
It's just, well, I feel like you've been doing this more and more often.
What have I been doing more often? What do you mean by that?
I mean, the way that you're asking for all of these favors from me, I feel like you're just asking me to do things that you don't want to do.
You really think so?
I do. In fact, the last time you had a business trip, you asked me to pack your bags for you. And every day you've asked me to prepare your work clothes too. Not to mention the fact that you'll buy new appliances and leave them in the box for me to figure out how to set up. If you really didn't know how to do some of this stuff, that might be another story. But even then, you should just be able to look it up.
Wait a second, are you mad at me right now? You're the house husband. Those are clearly your job. Besides, my mom would always do that stuff for me without ever complaining.
Okay, well, I'm not your mom, and I don't think you should expect me to treat you like I am. You know that I really don't like being told what to do or given orders.
I'm not asking you to be my mom or anything like that, man. All I'm saying is that I think you shouldn't be complaining about helping me out so much.
I don't understand what happened to you, Phil. You didn't have any problem doing things for yourself when we first got married. But lately I feel like you come to me for just about everything. Now you're literally asking me to do some of your own job for you? Can't just stand by and pretend like this is okay.
Okay, fine. I promise that from now on, I'm going to try and do everything that I'm able to do on my own. But can you please just this once do this little Photoshop job for me? Then I promise to never ask you for anything ever again.
I already said that the answer was no. This is your work and you should be the one to do it.
Ugh, why do you always have to be so stubborn? I don't get why you're acting like this towards me.
I'm not acting like anything. I'm just saying that I don't want to do your work for you. I really don't think I'm being too unfair right now. Besides, what if your bosses find out that you were asking me to do this stuff for you?
Well, they won't find out, so that's not even going to be a problem for me. Can't you just do this one little favor, Randy?
I'm sorry, Phil, but I can't and I won't. If you want, I can email those files to you and you can do them yourself.
Okay, fine, whatever. I'll just go and do this all myself.
Well, it was your job to begin with, so...
And you don't even work full-time. And who are you to act all high and mighty towards me?
I'm not trying to act high and mighty at all. But I work and take care of the house, remember?
That's right. You're just a house husband and nothing more. That's why you ought to be taking care of me even more. Just whose money do you think it is that buys the food and pays for the roof over our heads, huh?
Okay. If you really want to play this game, how about I ask who cooks that food and make sure what's under said roof is clean and livable?
Doesn't matter because I'm the one who pays money for those things. You just do stuff with them after I've already paid.
And I am so grateful that you have a job that can afford us all of these things. I really, truly am. But the fact of the matter is that we're married. We're a team, and things would cost money whether we liked it or not. But right now, we're combining our powers, and that's how we agreed to live.
But you're not doing your fair share. You're not helping me when I need it.
You really don't think that I do enough for you around here?
Oh, you know what? Just drop it already. I'm sick and tired of having this conversation over and over again. Hey, Randy, did you finally remake dinner for me?
Nope, and I still haven't done that yet.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Just how much time is it going to take for you to recook a lousy meal? Just what have you been doing?
Well, I'm just about to hop in the shower, actually.
You're about to get in the shower while your poor husband starves to death?
Did you seriously just ask me that? Are you going to pretend like tonight didn't happen? You took one bite of what I had prepared for us to eat and got so upset that you dumped your bottle of beer on me. You complained the whole time that it wasn't as good as when your mom made it, and then you left and said that you weren't coming back until I had remade the entire dish.
Well, it's not my fault that you don't know how to cook well. You should have learned what I like by now.
I don't buy that. You haven't had any problems with the food I've made for you in the past. So what's changed so suddenly, huh?
It's not a sudden change, Randy. I've always felt this way. I just never said anything about it until now. But the fact is, you've never been a good cook and all your food tastes so bland.
I really don't know how that could be, since at this point I'm putting in at least double the seasoning that your mom uses in her recipes. If you have a problem with my cooking, then it's your mom's recipes that you have a problem with.
That isn't true. I know what my mom's cooking tastes like, and it's always so good and rich with flavor. Maybe it just tastes bad because the person cooking it doesn't appreciate me enough and is always on my back for the smallest things.
You mean the things that you're always dumping on me to do for you? It's not like I want to be complaining to you about these things.
I'm only giving you things that I know you can handle. I don't get why you're making such a big deal over this. I mean, I'm the one who works, so you should support me. Isn't that fair?
And just why do you think that you having a full-time job entitles you to whatever you want from me? There are things that you need to do, and you should stop sloughing them off onto me. I mean, you come home and do nothing but lie on the couch while I run around maintaining everything. Where's my support?
Well, I'm tired from work when I get home.
I understand that I may just work part-time, but I'm basically on call around the clock at home. You realize that, right? All you have to do is point or grunt for something, and I'm more than willing to grab it for you. Even though you're more than capable of doing things yourself, you still have me to do every little thing for you.
Oh, please. Don't even try to compare some little household chores to what I do. Honestly, how did you ever talk me into letting you be the house husband?
Why do we have to repeat this conversation over and over again? For the last time, I am not your mother, and you have to stop treating me like her. Got it?
You know what, Randy? I don't think you understand how married life is supposed to work.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that I work so that you can live, okay? You don't have any right to talk to me like this.
Are you kidding me right now? What has gotten into you, Phil?
I mean that you don't get to boss me around. I wear the pants in this relationship. You're acting just like the women that the other men in the office always complain about. So entitled and needy. I'm the one who feeds you. I'm the one who houses you. And you need to remember your place. So when I tell you to do something, you do it.
Of all the... I literally don't even know what to say to that right now. You never used to be like this.
Of course I have. I've just always held back what I wanted to say. But I can't do that anymore if you're going to act like this. Now, you get back in the kitchen, remake my dinner. If you don't, then this marriage is over. Hey, Randy, I'm heading home now.
Oh, really?
Is that all you've got to say to me right now? I thought that I finally talked some sense into you last night, and now you're taking up an attitude with me again?
I'm not doing anything like that at all, Phil.
You better not be, for your sake. So, is dinner ready yet? I won't let it slide if the taste isn't perfect.
Oh, don't worry. I'm already leaving. If you want dinner, how about you go and ask your mom to cook it for you? I'm sure she would love to dote on her son. I mean just that. I've packed up my bags and my parents are going to come and pick me up soon.
Wait, hold on a second. What did you mean about my mom?
Right. Well, I told your mom that I was going to be moving out, and she was actually overjoyed to hear that. She said that she wanted to move in with you right away and that she was going to cook for you every day from now on. So now you'll be able to enjoy her cooking and never have to suffer through my bland meals again.
No, hold on. Why are you doing this? I don't get why you're leaving.
You said so yourself, right? If I didn't want to do what you wanted me to do, then we would get a divorce, right?
But I wasn't really serious about that.
If you weren't serious about something like that, you shouldn't have said it in the first place. But you said so many terrible things that I just reached my limit and I called your mom over.
Can you please just tell my mom to go back to her house?
Where'd I go and do something like that?
You know exactly why I don't want my mom here. If we're breaking up, I can't have my mom living with me and cramping my style. And I hate her food. But if I ever don't eat it, then she starts to cry and say that I hate her.
But I don't understand. Up until now, you've been telling me that I should be more like your mother. You've been comparing my cooking to hers and say that I've been the one making mistakes.
Well, that wasn't true.
Which part of it wasn't true, Phil?
Look, can you please just tell my mom to turn around and go back home? I'm just really tired from work and I don't have the energy to deal with her right now.
I don't know. I've kind of told myself to never do anything you tell me to ever again. Anyways, I'm leaving my signed portion of the divorce papers on the kitchen table. You just need to sign in the highlighted parts and send them off.
Randy, are you there? Please come back home. I really miss you.
Can you please stop blowing up my phone with all of these calls and texts? I'm in the middle of dinner with my family right now.
Please, I'm so sorry. I was acting like an idiot.
Oh, really? You were? And how were you doing that?
I said things I shouldn't have. And did mean things as well.
And you're only realizing now how much of an idiot you've been?
Well, it's not exactly like that.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, during that night I went out drinking with my coworkers. I was kind of grumbling about our marriage to one of my colleagues. He said that it's important for a husband to be strict with this, well, in my case, husband, and remind them of who is in charge.
And that's why you poured your beer on me? To tell me that you were in charge?
I'm sorry, but you just weren't listening to what I was saying.
You really are an idiot, Phil. I was listening, but it doesn't mean I was going to do it. And you never listened to what I was trying to tell you. But I'm so glad you found a way to shift blame to someone else for this.
Please, I really am sorry for all of this.
I don't want to hear it from you, Phil. But now you'll have to deal with your actual mom here. And we'll see if you treat her the same way that you treated me with all of your nagging and hurtful words. Just being gay doesn't absolve you of being a man, Phil. And worse than that, it's clear that you're just still a boy who wants a mommy but not his mommy. Don't
you go trying to psychoanalyze me? It was only that I couldn't find the words to really get my point across.
And so you came up with stuff about your mom instead? I'm afraid that Freud would have a field day with that one. But you just kept comparing me to your mom because you wanted someone who would do everything for you without a single word of protest, am I right?
You're right. About everything. I'm sorry. I promise to never act this way again. Just please forgive me. Please, come home.
I will not.
So then you really want to get a divorce with me?
Well, first of all, you did pour beer all over me because, in your own words, I wasn't listening to you.
Well, but You're right. I'm so sorry.
Is that all you can say for yourself? Do you have no sense of shame for what you did? I have no idea how you could act the way you did without a second thought. You might not have injured me physically, but you still hurt me.
Well, it's never ever going to happen again. I swear it. I was just acting out is all.
Acting out? Well, at least that we can agree on. You were acting exactly like a spoiled child would. I didn't marry someone so that I could be their babysitter.
Randy, please. I know that I've been a complete idiot this week. But my mom has been driving me crazy this week and I can't stand her anymore. You were so much better to have around and I'm sorry for taking you for granted. So then you forgive me. You'll come home?
You did, but I am not about to just forgive you for all of that.
But why? I said that I'm sorry. I apologized, didn't I?
I told you that you needed to start handling more of your own business. And yet anytime I went against you, you were ready to put me down right away. Well, I have my limits and I have been pushed way past them. I've been doing a lot of thinking this week myself.
But I need you. How am I supposed to live without you? I promise to never be mean to you ever again.
Then just sign the divorce papers and send them off. That would be the nicest thing you could do for me.
No, anything but that, please.
I'm not going to look after you anymore. You want your mommy? Well, now she's living with you. I need a man who isn't afraid to take care of himself and his partner. Now, goodbye. After that, something snapped in Phil, and he finally agreed to sign the divorce papers. I actually never got along with Phil's mother, so when she heard we were splitting up, she was just overjoyed. I'll admit that when we first met, I thought that Phil being a mama's boy made him somewhat cute and vulnerable. Little did I realize that it was a cover for deeper personal issues that he had yet to work through. Even after the divorce, I still received texts from him begging me to save him from his mother, but I merely ignored them. It's true, Phil never cheated or hit me, but I knew that our marriage was never going to work out. Perhaps there's a lesson in here about being careful what you wish for, or not taking people for granted. But I think the most important lesson here is to not think that being more in touch with your feelings exempts you from being responsible for acting on them without thinking.
Hello? Jennifer? I really need to talk to you about this whole school trip thing.
Who is this?
It's me, Sandra, Toby's mom.
Oh, hello, Sandra. How can I help you?
Well, your son was telling my son that he was going on holiday to Europe. And, well, Tobin is kind of jealous. He really wanted to go to Disneyland and Paris for quite a while now. And, well, Paris is in Europe.
Yes, I know that. But I'm not quite understanding what it is that you want me to do about all of this. I mean, I'm sorry that your son is feeling a bit left out, but there's nothing that I can do about it. Maybe you can take him to Paris yourself. I mean, there are deals that Disneyland do, which could save you a bit of money if that's what you're worried about.
Are you implying that I'm poor? Because I'm not. I have more money than you, that's for sure. The only poor one around here is you.
Whoa. Okay. I wasn't trying to imply or offend you or anything. I just know that trips to Europe are expensive. I mean, I should know. I just had to pay for mine and my family's vacation. I just wanted to try and save you some money.
Yeah, well, you can save your petty deals. I can pay full price.
Okay then, good for you.
But anyway, yeah, me and Tobin are going to come on your holiday with you.
I'm sorry? That's not going to happen.
Yes it is. Your son is the one who's been bragging all about this trip that he's going on, and he's made my son upset because he's not going. That's your problem, so you need to fix it.
Look, at the end of the day, Tobin is your son, so you need to talk to him about all of this. Getting jealous is a natural reaction for children, which is why they need their parents to help them deal with this emotion and sort through it properly and in a healthy way. Otherwise, if you just give in to their tantrums, then they become spoiled.
So now you're saying that my son is spoiled?
No, I'm not saying that at all. You're just twisting my words around. All I'm trying to say is that you can't come on my holiday with me. That's all.
Nuh-uh. First you insulted me by insinuating that I am poor, and now you're saying that my son is a spoiled brat? What is actually wrong with you? The least you could do for me now is to let me and Tobin come on holiday with you now. Obviously, you'll have to pay for our tickets and everything, just to make it up to us. Me and Tobin will obviously want to ride first class, as that's what we're used to. And, oh, will your husband be coming with us?
My husband? Well, considering this is a family holiday, yeah, he will be coming with me and our son.
Oh, that's great. He can come and sit up in first class with me and Tobin.
Huh? Why are you so interested in my husband?
Well, as you probably know, my husband left me for another woman, and I've just been looking for someone who could pick up the role again. He'd have to be kind and able to deal with kids, so I figured a man who already has a kid would be the best choice. And of course he's got to be handsome. I won't marry an uggo. And well, your husband checks all of those boxes.
So what? Are you literally saying right now that you are demanding to come on my family holiday, which I have spent a lot of money on, and that you are going to try and steal my husband for yourself?
Well, it's not like you appreciate him. I'm sure Rick would rather be with me. I'm much more beautiful than you, smarter, and can give him what he actually wants. It's only the smart choice that he would pick me. As for you, I don't know. Maybe you can find someone who would be willing to take you and your son on. I'm sure someone out there would love a charity case to work on.
Okay, that is the last straw. You are not coming on my holiday with my family. Full stop. In fact, you can just go ahead and leave me and my family alone from now on. We don't want anything to do with you.
Oh, is this jealousy I see? Are you saying that simply because you know that your husband would pick me over you? I mean, all he'd have to do is see me in my bikini and he'd be drooling all over me and doing whatever I tell him to. I bet you look like a frumpy pumpkin in your bathing suit, right? Perhaps if you actually went to the gym and worked out for him, your husband might actually want to be with you.
My husband loves me very much. I know that he doesn't want to be with anyone else, especially not some narcissistic, vain, vile woman who doesn't care about anyone but herself. Now, I'm going to go. Please leave me alone now. I don't want you messaging me anymore. Got it?
This isn't the last that you'll hear from me.
Whatever, Sandra. I'm just going to block you so you can't bother me anymore. Goodbye. Hey, babe. You won't believe what just happened to me.
Huh? Is everything alright, Jen? You're not hurt, are you?
Oh, no, I'm not hurt, but I am severely annoyed.
How come? What's happened?
Well, do you know a woman called Sandra? Her son goes to the same school as Dylan.
Vaguely. I think I might have seen her at the last parents' evening. She's the one with the really fake blonde hair and quite a bit of obvious plastic surgery, right? Also, I'm pretty sure that I heard that her husband left her for someone else or something like that.
Geez, you know more about her than I do.
Well, the moms like to gossip, and I generally can't help but overhear what they say when I pick Dylan up from school.
Yeah, well, she just messaged me saying that she wants to join our family holiday. Like, tag along and everything.
Wait, what? As in, come along with us and spend the holiday with us?
Yep. I mean, it's a strange thing to ask to begin with, but she was going on about how she wanted me to pay for her and her son to travel in first class, and then she said that she was going to steal you from me.
What? You're kidding.
Nope. She was saying that she wanted a new husband who was smart, cute, and already a dad because it meant that he was good with kids and that he would be able to take care of her kid as well.
That is literally insane. Is she actually crazy?
I mean, it would be the only reasonable explanation as to why she's acting the way she is.
Well, did you at least tell her that there was no way that she was coming with us?
Of course I did. This is our family vacation. I'm not going to let some random woman tag along with us. Especially not one who has told me that she is going to actively try and steal my husband from me.
Do you seriously not trust me?
I trust you completely. It's her I don't trust. I bet that, if given half the choice, she would try and do something wrong and inappropriate to you, and try and make it seem like it was you who initiated the whole thing. I just really don't want to go through the hassle of trying to explain that to Dylan. I also don't want to get into a fight with some crazy woman. You know what people say. You should never mess with crazy.
Good, because on the occasion where I have had to interact with her, she's not been the nicest. She's always demeaning and incredibly spiteful. Like, I was in town the other week and she spotted me. She came over to me and began giving me backhanded compliments and trying to hit on me. Now I know why.
She really did that?
Obviously, I told her that I wasn't interested, but she just wouldn't take no for an answer. In the end, I had to distract her by claiming that I just seen a famous person down the street. Being as shallow as she is, Sandra immediately began looking for them, and while she was distracted, I ran away.
Jeez, I do not envy you. I think I would have done exactly the same thing.
Well, at least you told her clearly that she wasn't coming on our trip with us. That would have been a disaster.
Tell me about it. Well, make sure that if you do see her again, and if she asks, tell her that there is no way she's ever going to come on holiday with us.
Oh, don't worry, I will. I do not want her coming on holiday with us. So, have you got everything packed for the trip?
Well, we've still got a few days before we go, but I think I've mostly got everything I need. What about you?
Oh yeah, I'm raring to go. I seriously can't wait for this trip.
Me neither. This is going to be the best trip ever.
I love you, and I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Oh, and I love you too.
Morning, Jennifer. I can't wait to go on holiday tomorrow. I'm so excited. It'll be so much fun. There are a few things I need to do before I leave, so I just needed to ask you some questions about going away.
Sandra? How are you texting me? I blocked your number.
Oh, I'm using my son's phone. Anyway, about tomorrow.
What about tomorrow?
Well, I should be packing now. So let me know where you're flying from.
You won't be joining us. It's a private gathering.
Huh?
We've already been all over this, Sandra. You're not coming on holiday with me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know you said that I couldn't come or whatever, but I thought you were just having a bad day. I mean, you seriously weren't going to disappoint my son, were you? All you have to do is buy me and Tobin a ticket and let me know which airport you're going to so that I can meet you there.
No way, not a chance.
What? What do you mean, not a chance?
I mean, you're not coming. I already told you that you weren't, so I don't know why you suddenly think you are. And why you think that I'm going to be paying for you and your son's ticket. I've already had to pay for everything for my family. Their plane tickets, the hotel, the activities, not to mention saving up spending money so that we actually have something so that we can buy whatever we want and actually have some fun. And I definitely don't want you harassing my husband anymore.
Harassing your husband? Oh, please. He's probably dying to spend time with me and leave you for me. You're just scared of that happening, aren't you?
No, I'm really not. Besides, we've already gone, so you're too late.
What are you on about?
We've already left.
What do you mean you've already left? Why would you do that? The plane is tomorrow, isn't it?
It was originally tomorrow, yes. However, the airline called and told us that they had overbooked the flight and that we could upgrade to first class if we left a day earlier.
How could you do that to me and Tobin? How selfish of you. I mean, I told you just how much Tobin wanted to go on this vacation, and you said that you were going away. You can't just say that and then take away the opportunity for a holiday like that. It's not fair and it's not allowed. I demand you pay for my ticket and for Tobin's.
No. Look, I don't know why you're so adamant about me buying your ticket and letting you tag along on my family vacation. But no matter what you say, you're not coming. Besides, don't you have a high-paying job? You're bragging about how you could afford a vacation all by yourself. Surely you can just buy your own tickets and go wherever you want in the world.
Well, why should I have to waste my money when someone else is already going to the place I decided I wanted to go? It only makes sense that I tag along with the person going. And a lot of the time, there are deals on group travel. That way, you're not spending it as much. So I really don't see what the big deal is.
The big deal is that it's still a lot of money, regardless of whether there's a deal on group bookings or not. And I managed to get a family deal because I'm going with my family. It offered a lot more off of the price than an ordinary deal would, and you wouldn't fit on the family deal, as you have nothing to do with my family.
Ugh, you are such a horrible woman. Other people would have let me tag along, and they would have paid for me too.
No, Sandra. They wouldn't do that for some random woman to just insert themselves into their family vacation.
Well, someone might have, especially if they didn't want to crush a child's dreams. Something you obviously have no problem doing.
Tobin is your son. You need to deal with whatever emotions he's trying to deal with. Moreover, I don't know why you're not understanding me. You're not coming on holiday with my family. At all, ever.
Well, maybe you should ask your husband if that's what he wants.
What?
Yep. We had a very interesting conversation last weekend when you and your son were at your mother's house. He might have a different opinion of me coming on the holiday, especially if I'm going to be your kid's stepmom and my son and yours are going to be brothers. That would make me family, wouldn't it? LOL.
You mean the weekend where he met you in the grocery store? Because he told me all about that.
Huh?
Yeah. He told me that absolutely nothing happened between you two. In fact, he couldn't wait to get away from you.
Of course he'd say that. He wouldn't admit to cheating on you. But it did happen.
No, it really didn't. And I think it's pathetic that you try and cast my marriage into doubt just to try and get on a trip that you were never invited to in the first place. What kind of horrible, selfish woman does that?
Well, maybe if you had just paid for my holiday, I never would have had to resort to such tactics.
Why don't you just pay for your own holiday? What's so difficult about that?
Because I shouldn't have to. I'm pretty, so everyone should just do everything I tell them to. That's what being pretty means in this world. Plus, my husband abandoned me and my son, so people should do what we want out of pity.
Well, you clearly need a reality check, but it's not my job to give you one. I'm going now. I'm fed up of talking to you. I'm also going to block your number because I never want to hear from you ever again.
Hang on. You still need to pay for a new ticket for me. And make sure that it's first class. I don't think it's fair if you get to fly first class and I don't, simply because you didn't tell me that the plans had changed.
No.
Huh? What do you mean, no?
I mean, no. It's the last time I'm going to say it to you as well.
You are so mean. I'll be telling all of the other moms at school about this.
I really don't care. Those women don't like you either.
What? Yes, they do.
No, they don't. And it's not really a secret.
But
So maybe you should work on yourself if you actually want people to like you.
as long as your husband likes me, that's all that matters.
Well, he doesn't. Anyway, me and my family have a holiday to enjoy, so please don't message me anymore.
Ugh, I swear, Jennifer, that's it. You just wait. I'll get you.
Uh-huh, sure. You keep thinking that. Anyway, goodbye. After my holiday with my family, I returned home to discover that Sandra had apparently not listened to my advice, and that she had tried to seduce one of the other women's husbands. They clearly didn't appreciate that, and actually filed complaints to the school. Now Sandra isn't allowed to enter the school grounds, and she has to watch her son into school from the fence. Thankfully, my son has decided to take Tobin under his wing and is slowly teaching him how to behave properly instead of throwing tantrums and demanding he gets his way all the time. This means that I do have to interact with Sandra, however, after giving her a massive dressing down. She has backed off from my husband and is civil enough when dropping off and picking Tobin up from the house. It's a step in the right direction, so hopefully Tobin will grow up to be a little bit better. Only time will tell.